You don't need to rush. Come and tell me who you're looking for. Since the Valley Master of the Valley of 100 Grasses has invited you, please proceed through Yingshen Gate. What's the matter? Do you still have questions? Oh, I almost forgot this is your first time here. Since the era of the immortal Lan Yaoqi 900 years ago, we have worked tirelessly to improve Cloudrise. That's why we have such beautiful buildings and breathtaking landscapes. It really is very easy to get lost if you don't have any guidance. The gateway in front of you is called the Yingshen Gate. It might look normal, but Master Lan Yaoqi cast a warding spell on it. No one with evil intent is able to pass through these gates. Beyond the Yingshen Gate is the Lotus Terrace, where the white lotus grows. Its fragrance is divine and it calms the mind. It might well be Cloudrise's most precious treasure. And beyond the Lotus Terrace lies the Yaoxian Palace, named after the immortal. It is the most precious location in Cloudrise. The principal elders meet there to discuss important matters. Oh yes, the Qin League will be there too.
Here. I appear to have been here before. Originally, it was... I...
Cannot be cast. Cannot be cast. Cannot be cast.
Unfortunately, I can't come. I'm in a secret realm. Sorry.
Very kind of you, Chenren. The Taihua instance is very important. Of course, you must pay great attention to it.
Indeed. The lunar crown tree may not be ignored. I've already heard about the business with Churchin-Su village from the Grand Summoner.
I never would have thought the Blight Beast is so poisonous that even the Divine Tree of Shenong would not be able to resist.
Valley Master, how is the Lunar Crown Tree?
Although many protectors are working together, the Lunar Crown Tree has temporarily lost its soul consciousness. I'll discuss Taihua Mountain and the Valley of 100 Grasses are thousands of leagues apart, yet they were attacked one after the other by the Devastators
Genren
under
Nanshu,
the leadership
how is
of
the
Mei
Taihua instance?
That can't be
There
a
are no
coincidence.
problems at the moment. But the 10-year reinforcement deadline is approaching, and no one knows. Everything is complicated today. Not just Mei Jia, but the Devastators, full of negative qi, also really surprised me.
Yes, Chenren. The most urgent thing right now is to find out
Grandmaster!
where these Devastators come from.
Lieutenant Yu, what's happened?
I've heard that you've ordered the Moists to seize Hao Tsang. Why didn't you tell me?
Jianqing.
I can clearly distinguish between the righteousness and the small affection. Besides, what he took away was the nameless sword of my family. Don't worry, I'll bring back Hao Tsang. It's all solely because of him that my Chinger is always so worried about him. The unnamed sword is a treasure which has been passed down through our family for generations. It was forged by combining the divine sword Morning Glory and the ancient sword Shadowban, and can break through any magic. Indeed.
When the Master left us, she left behind countless texts. They have been accumulated and arranged by scholars over the last 900 years. Now there are as many ancient scriptures in the Langhuan Pavilion as there are stars in the sky. It's not easy finding records of the Devastators and negative qi in such a short time. Go to the Langhuan Pavilion and ask the scholar Chang Shuefeng for clues. I'm Lilane, follower of the immortal Lan Yao Qi. I'm Lilane, follower of the immortal Lan Yao Qi.
Devastators. Negative chi. Second shelf on the left, third compartment.
With Shenren Shisha in the city, I wouldn't be worried even if there were 100 times as many evil spirits.
Unfortunately, if the two masters, He Shua and Chang Yang, are still around, it's not...
plague goddess? And the blight beast on top of that? Is the global conflagration of 70 years ago repeating itself? The Grand that...
The Bladeheart fragment has been weakened by the passage of time. It hasn't been able to bind itself to your spirit completely. Its soul force is almost exhausted, and it has retreated deep into your subconsciousness. If you are unable to get it back soon, I fear it will disperse completely. There's one thing, as long as Zhenren Shisha agrees.
But Shenren Shisha comes and goes like the wind. She hasn't been seen for days.
Oh, that's true. But we could always call on Zhenren Suyen's help.
Have you forgotten that he has been traveling for a long time and hasn't been heard from for a while now?
Oh, you two. That does make matters a little more challenging. All right, meditate on this a while. Moja, Sujie, and I will help you to stabilize the Bladeheart so that it doesn't become scattered. How are you? You were contaminated with so much negative chi in the Valley of 100 Grasses. You should count yourself lucky that it doesn't scatter immediately. And you still expect it to romp around happily?
Of course the...
Wait. One...
Well... Clap.
That bloody Tong Khan always keeps getting me into trouble. He knows that I hold them in great esteem. If the Sword Bladeheart is in trouble, how could I stand by and do nothing?
But these 3 things you're asking for are no ordinary things. To hell with it. Who else would use them anyway? But I'm only loaning them to you. You must promise to bring them back if at all possible. I'll remind you of that if necessary. Okay, start by taking the red flamestone. You can get the Phoenix Scale Powder and the Phoenix Breath Jade from the weaponsmith Ching Hui. Ask her if she'll give you any.
Take me to the and beyond.
You need the Phoenix Breath Jade? I'm afraid I don't have enough of it myself right now. It's all their fault. The Phoenix Breath... That's even better than... I have made countless weapons, but
Click on the interface with the left mouse button to show the information on this quest.
ночной охоты, сталкер.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here.
Let's check it out.
Oh shit. Got company. Could use some help now.
The things are about to get heated.
Over here.
Dude, there's too many of them. I gotta go upstairs. Okay, I'm running toward you.
The snowstorm is starting right now, and the temperature is falling fast. Remember that when you shoot and make unnecessary noise, it can attract unwanted guests even more terrifying than other players. The world of
Well then, let's... You are in your own soul world. Free your spirit from negative chi.
The sacred valley where Cloud Rise is located is enormous. The whole of Shenzhou would fit inside it. To facilitate communication between the various schools of the Qin League, they built bases near Cloud Rise. They are constantly guarded. New students can return to their respective schools from the plateau of torrential fog.
Moonsword.
Once you're holding it in your hand, if you...
That weak? You haven't eaten?
That's unfair. It wasn't exactly a display of the Spearmaster's spear skills.
Yes, it was. I just added a little of the Yincha spear's power borrowing function. Don't you recognize it? Boy, you're too young to be so stiff. You need to be flexible. Hang on. Don't you want a book about the art of war? It's a treasure that was handed down from my ancestors. You'll regret it if you don't take it this time.
Don't worry. I'll be back. If I can stand up and defeat you someday.
You're in no hurry. But did you ask your sister, Xiao Yi?
Xiao Yu.
She's been looking for this book. It's just a book. I'll lend it to you. If you can defeat me one day, come back and return it to me.
There's a real resonance. This method seems to be working. Oh,
Don't worry. We Spearmasters originate from the army and follow the old trilogy system. 4 companies of 200 soldiers each are a division, and 3 divisions are a trilogy. Most students are currently, and although it's hard work, it can be of great benefit to you.
你在乐府的那一番恶战，我方才听萧长老说起，能将那些荒人一网打尽，还算有2下子。哈哈哈，赢了就是赢了，哪有那么多说道？眼下百草谷正值多事之秋，我有一个问题，望你诚实回答。你为何想要加入天罡？ 这虽然也不错，却不必由咱们天罡来做。不必。好，很好。危难之际，心性仍如此坚定，是够格入我天罡行伍之人。这次百草谷大捷，天罡上下均难辞其咎。我莫红袖在此起誓，就算是天涯海角，我也要叫号，不，叫那幕后主使血债血偿。喏，现在我便传你这招，看好了。若能将这股灵力融汇到枪法之中，则攻必坚，守必严，与凡间行伍战绩再不可同日而语。江湖路远，我日后也不能时时在你身边指点。不过我的2位弟子眼下正在外面游历，你若有修行上的疑难，尽管请教他们。一个叫孙牧，是骁骑部校尉万顶天的义子。虽然年纪轻轻，但对天罡枪术自有一番独到见解。另一个叫关晶晶，是咱们星海部的司灵。别看他个子不大，食量却十分惊人。你请教之前，最好准备8只烧鸡。行，我也不耽误你的时间了，你这就回去向大将军复命吧。
I see. We in the Astral Sea Division are the scouts of the Spearmasters, and are responsible for following tracks and gathering information about the enemy. I guess. Along with that, I have to research the secret method for healing the lunar crown tree, investigate the origins of the Devastators and Haotsang. I'd really like to have 3 heads and 6 arms. You were recommended by the General, and previously fought side by side with our Astral Sea Division. You don't really need training. Over there is a row of knife training dummies. Familiarize yourself with them first, and then report. That is the strength of the Astral Sea Division.
Rage is a basic resource that Spearmasters use to perform actions.
Dragon Tooth can restore rage. Consuming Rage lets you perform Black Dragon Cleaver. Performing actions with the spear can change Dragon Tooth into Northern Lights Flame Spear. Casting Northern Lights Flame Spear multiple times quickly can deal more damage and restore large amounts of rage. Performing actions with the spear can change Dragon Tooth into Northern Lights Flame Spear. Casting Northern Lights Flame Spear multiple times quickly can deal more damage and restore large amounts of rage.
When you face the enemy, you are completely calm and know how to adapt to different attacks. Considering your age, that's an impressive quality. Since you've learned how to scout the enemy, you have passed my training. You can go to...
Diane, 1st Battalion. Any suspicious incidents? The camp is an important place. Careful. It's not...
Good. I was in a hurry earlier, so I didn't have any time to talk to you. Hey, are you listening to me? The mechanical arts of the Valley of 100 Grasses were once lost. When my father was in the valley, he and the Shadow Elder of Automata dedicated themselves to the study of ancient texts for a long time. And as a result of this, some of the lost techniques were rediscovered. It seems you're ever skilled in building the automaton. If you want, I can let Uncle Chin know and have you deployed to the engineers along with me. You'll have to complete an awards ceremony first, though. Here, this copy of 1,000 Automata is for you. You're the...
Ever since Grandmaster Yue Chang found our school, we Spearmasters believe that the strife caused by human...
You've been away for so long. I've been waiting for you for... Let me ask you. Well...
Young summoner. She's currently chatting to some nocturnal spirit messengers in Wutsai village. No, you definitely won't be disturbing them. But don't be scared if you see nocturnal spirits. If someone annoys them, then there'll definitely be trouble. Yes.
Is this demon sword the reason why you transformed?
Not the only one. When the people of Hu Chao invaded the royal court, the demon swords were already very weak and on the verge of snapping. When they broke, the resulting explosion caused the Yin spring to shoot up out of the ground. The Yulan Pen Festival was being held that very same day. It was all divine, though. It was a trial for our people, but also an opportunity to reunite the sacred objects.
I'm from Heavenly Ridge. I've heard the whole story of Wu Zhao's downfall and the destruction of the land. But I never would have thought that war was able to put your whole nation in such a
胜负都算平
condition.
常事，若是堂堂正正战败，哪怕身死当场，我等也不会有半句怨言。但何
You
兆
mean
人
that they're using the demon sword? Just look at how we look. I shouldn't have to point that out again. The dark and negative qi has penetrated. You have suffered so much. That's why we're asking the Heavenly Ridge to grant us access to the Yin Hua source, to help us come back to our senses and alleviate the pain. I feel sorry for you, but the Yin Hua source is a holy place for the Heavenly Ridge. Not even my master can make that decision alone. He has to consult the patriarch Xing Xuanyi in Spiritopolis. Yilang. Spiritopolis will make a fair decision. I'll take my leave. I don't know what the Mentor and the Grand Warlock spoke about. I found it almost unbelievable when I first heard about it. But since Master was so insistent in asking about it, there can be no doubt. What? Do you somehow doubt the Grand Summoner of Heavenly Ridge? If...
They say that Goddess Nua, us Wu Zhao and the He Zhao used to be closely allied clans, but we became enemies after a row between the clan patriarchs 100 years ago. Long before the invasion of the He Zhao, the general often said that the king's chosen successor was incompetent. He even said that the great god of death once confided in a dream that he could take the successor's place. If you look at it that way, the general really is rebelling. There's no point denying it.
A wound caused by a demon sword.
Is this demon sword the we...
Even if it's just a splinter, the negative chi that lies within it is not to be underestimated. You'll need to be careful even just looking at it. When they broke, the resulting explosion caused the yin spring to shoot up out of the ground. The Yulan Pen Festival was being held that very same day.
What a coincidence.
Master,
It was all
I
divine
believe
will.
the qualities
It
of
was a
this
trial for our
fragment to
people,
be very similar to those of Hao Tang's sword in the Valley of 100 Grasses. The smell of these nocturnal spirits is reminiscent of him too, at least before Hao Tang lost the plot.
How do you feel? My master and I weren't lying to you, were we? This crimson cloud stone that Venerable Kunwuzi made. Yeah. My master and the Grand Warlock will be in the Hall of Silence at the moment, using the power of the Yin Spring.
That the Great Summoner ascended during the ghost summoning ritual, shrouded in gleaming light like a fire phoenix flying towards the earth.
Oh dear. Now this...
Ilawalashi, you always used to be so determined and self-confident. Why are you so hesitant when you come to Heavenly Ridge?
It isn't like other places here. Here you have to think things through before acting.
The longer you think about it, the more pain the people will suffer, in my opinion.
General Ilawarashi will make the decision in this matter. Despite your great service, you are not yet King of Wu Zhao.
You little girl.
Although I don't play an important role, I know how to be responsible and loyal.
That's enough. I have arranged with the young summoner that no one should act precipitously before Spiritopolis sends an answer.
Let's take a look.
The general is so impulsive. It would be bad if something happened. Aaron, go and follow him.
Yes.
Wait, it's in toward. Don't worry.
Yuango, stand back. An evildoer is on their way.
Brother, what should we do if the Heavenly Ridge finds out we have secretly inhaled Yin Qi? I'm afraid that not even the General can protect us.
Well, we've started now, so let's just continue.
You already came here. Why didn't you want to see me? Who are your parents?
My father is Mingyun Chen, the Grand Summoner of Heavenly Ridge. You rescued me. He will thank you.
Mingyun Chen. Oh, time passes. Child. This child is grown.
No. You just killed a member of your own tribe.
Oh, you even
don't. There is a guardians. Take.
Ming Yuanga, it's too late. We need to go.
All right. Mother, I'll visit you in a few days.
Do not underestimate the chaotic nocturnal spirits. If we return to Wutsai village and report the situation to the young summoner and Yilong, we'll be able to solve all the problems.
Elang! Long live the general! Kill Elang! Long live the general!
Now it can be said that our clan's earlier suspicion about the general was not unfounded. During the... You stop paying attention for a moment, and just like that, a disaster strikes within your own four walls. Iloalashi, is this how you nocturnal spirits want to show your reverence? Don't worry. Good. The general came from a noble family. Later, he married our clan's high priestess. We thought he would be the next king of Wuzhou. Surprisingly, my father appointed my younger brother as leader because he loved him very much. He wasn't even 10 years old at the time. The general didn't say anything, but deep down he harbored a grudge. He left the clan abruptly, taking some followers with him. Years later, he still hadn't returned.